is Tampa Bay. Let's talk about the Bucs. They took Ohio State wide receiver Emeka Egbuka with the 19th pick. Some are saying it was a big steal in the first round. Obviously, he's a great possession receiver. Well, he's already impressing teammates. Here's Mike Evans praising the young fella.
He looks like a running back, but he catches like Chris Godwin. Like he's very polished, very well-rounded player. I know I say it a lot, but this might be the best receiver room I've been a part of. I say it every year, but we always get great players come in. So that's been very fortunate for me in my career to be around a lot of great young players, and they've added to the room tremendously. They're already very polished already. Mecca's really strong hands, super smart, test, speed, quickness.
Yeah, and an unbelievable route runner. He is going to be, Baker Mayfield is going to have, once again, Tampa's always got backs, tight ends, and wide receivers because they have a great GM. I think Emeka Egbuka will have a chance to be Rookie of the Year. I really do. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, we'll see what happens when Godwin comes back from the injury. What's interesting about Baker is that in Cleveland, it was like, oh, he's not that good. Now you get him into Tampa. And remember, Chris Sims has him like as a top 10 quarterback in the league now, which is, I think, a little bit rich. But Baker's been fantastic in Tampa. Now he's on another coach because his guys keep getting plucked as OCs or head coaches. I'm very curious as to what happens in Tampa. I'm picking Atlanta to win the division, but I think you're on Tampa.
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm on Tampa. Yeah.
Okay, final story, Colin.
Okay. They didn't say this, and I'm surprised. That answer right there by Mike Evans, man, that's fire. Looks like a running back, but catches like Chris Godwin. Dude, that answer, that is such an awesome team culture answer. And it's funny because I talked about this. The two teams that really remind me of this is the Lions and the Bucs, and how they really are such a family in the regard of like when we go out, like we're rolling like 12, 15 deep. Like it is just a definition of family, and that's why they were able to survive when they had all their injuries. And an answer like that, like Mike Evans is such a grown up, and he's so special, he's so great as well. And he's just like that answer. Ask yourself, do you see Justin Jefferson giving an answer like that? Do you see Tyreek Hill giving an answer like that? Do you see A.J. Brown giving an answer like that? Like, I don't personally. I mean, it's not to say that those guys are bad by any stretch of the imagination, but like an answer like that was so effortless, and it was built off of belief. It builds up your new weapon, as well as complementing your weapon and complementing your other teammate in Chris Godwin. Like it's just the most perfect answer, man. It's just sticking the landing. And like all those little things, like they just matter. And I just have the belief that especially this wide receiver room, like, you know, this core, like they actually want to work together, right? Like it's definitely the definition of we, not me. And again, it feels authentic. Like it actually is like a belief. Like it kind of reminds me of like, OKC Thunder, for basketball, where every time they do their post game interviews, they're always all together and got their arms around them. Like that's what this makes me feel like. And it bodes well, man. I mean, it bodes well. And, like I said, the culture that they have down in Tampa is very impressive. And I think when you have that type of culture, when you have that type of love for one another and you're building each other up, it makes you resilient. And resilience is everything in the NFL. I mean, it's just every single team out there, no matter how great, no matter how special, is always going through adversity one way or the other, whether it's happening in week 1, whether it's happening in week 12, whether it's happening in the third quarter of the Super Bowl. Like it's going to happen. It's going to happen in these tiny little moments. Like I'm surprised they didn't mention this, because I'm telling you, like that is the thing that stands out to me when I was trying to find a clip. Like, I always can see the bottom line obviously before I actually play the clip, and I just see like, okay, what is this? I see the logo, I'm like, okay, Tampa Bay, and I see Mike Evans, looks like running back, catches like Chris Godwin, and I go, oh my God, that's it right there. Like that is the take, that is the story. I mean, and I thought they were going to say like, oh, I love that answer, what a good guy, and they didn't say it, which I find surprising. And I'm telling you, man, it's bigger than it seems. It really is. It seems like it's like, okay, well, who cares? And I'm telling you, man, it's everything, especially for wide receivers, especially for receivers who notoriously want it all. They want it all, and for themselves, right? Like it's always me, 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 me. Give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. And when you have a receiving core that's like legitimately family, I always look for this. I always look for other big wide receivers, and whether it's another wide receiver or a running back or just another player on the field, tight end, I always try to look and see, are they celebrating with the team when someone else scores a touchdown? It's something that I always do when I watch games. I'm always looking like, how excited is Justin Jefferson? What is AJ Brown doing right now? You know, is he legitimately as excited? Is it just kind of like, yeah, we scored a touchdown, or is it like, is there real joy there? Like, are you actually experiencing the same levels of joy when you score a touchdown compared to when, you know, your teammate scores a touchdown? I always look for that stuff. I always do, because like I said, man, it matters. You think Diggs is saying that? Like, it's great. It's great. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, but it's like, I think it all comes down to Michael Penix for the division in terms of how competitive it will be. If Penix ends up being like a legit, you know, can hit the ground running quarterback, then I think this division gets a lot closer. But it does feel like on the surface right now that it would be Tampa Bay's division to lose, quite frankly. But I'm definitely leaving the door open because I was personally very impressed with Penix, and so I'm opening the door. But like, I don't necessarily trust how that team is run and the decisions that they make. Like, I don't have a lot of belief in that. But who knows, maybe the Carolina Panthers, maybe Bryce Young has truly turned the corner and has turned that team around. Like, I hope this division is sneaky competitive and really exciting. I know if you're a Bucs fan, like, you're like, nah, come on, man, we're just gonna win this and not look back. But from someone on the outside looking in, I'm like, it would be fun to have this be like a pretty neck and neck. Like, you know, who's going to come away with it? And we had that last year, but it was for the wrong reasons. People were injured, Kirk Cousins going down, the Bucs lost everyone, and it was like, it was competitive, but like, it was close but not competitive in a way. So I'm hoping it's actually competitive, but in the fun way. But I don't think he could be Rookie of the Year because I think they have too many weapons. I think they do too much. Like, I think he won't be able to feast as much. And so I think that would be the problem of potentially like a Genty, like he will be fed, right? He can be a monster. I think he can have monster games and have his moments, but I just think there's too many mouths to feed where I don't think he's going to be fed enough to be able to really get that momentum. Personally, it's like it's not a value judgment on him or how great I think he'll be as an individual. It's more of just like, I don't know if he'll get enough of the juice, enough of the numbers, enough of the attention, where I feel like we'll probably see more moments where like an Ashton Genty, for instance, will be able to like really carry the load. But the truth is, though, is it also can come down to like, how much are you winning? Because if Genty's being a beast mode, but they won 2 games or something, it's like, who really cares? Whereas if the Bucs are winning games and they're the 3 seed or something, the 2 seed, then I could see kind of momentum shifting in that direction. But either way, it should still be a great year. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, receiving core? Do you think it's the most talented receiving core that at least Mike Evans has had with the Bucs? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're all on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.